So today, being February 3rd, it's the first Sunday of February, also known as what? Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah, everyone's going to be watching the Super Bowl. Russ, do you watch the Super Bowl? Do you watch the Super Bowl? Yeah.
No.
Okay. I was hoping you'd say yes, because even Russ watches the Super Bowl, but apparently he does. But over 100 million people are going to view in tonight to watch the Super Bowl. New England, and I don't know who New England's playing this year. It's always New England. Whoever it is, hopefully people. Who is? Grant. Yeah, I mean, it's like New England is someone else. But anyway, but over 100 million people are tuned in, and like today, like a lot of people become sports fans, and like. I think a lot of people went up, and this is the most unique thing, most people are watching Super Bowl to watch what? Commercials. And I think it's the only showing on TV where people actually tune in, not for the show itself as much as they actually want to watch the commercials. They probably walk away during the football game, they come running back when the commercials are on. It's crazy stuff today. But, so over 100 million people are going to watch the Super Bowl, but it's interesting, when you go outside the U.S., what's the most watched sport in the world? Yeah, soccer, number one. So like 400 billion people follow soccer. The other, that means no one from the U.S. is really watching soccer, but 4 billion people throughout the world are watching soccer. Number two of the most watched sport, and I just didn't realize this, is cricket. All those people in India are watching cricket, but and the third most watched sport, and I knew this was a sport, but I thought it was like what girls did in elite high schools played, and that's field hockey. It's the third most watched sport in the world. And these are the billions, so like 4 billion people watch soccer, 2.5 billion watch cricket, 2 billion watch field hockey. Why is it, and this is the question, why is it that we flock so much as a human race? Why is we are so interested in sports? I mean, it dominates our society, especially here in America. It dominates, it's not just what we watch, but many of our kids participate in sports. You hear a lot of certain illustrations about sports. Oh, speaking of that list, baseball came in number 8. With something like 500 million people follow baseball. You were football-wise? I don't know. They were in the top 10, so it's probably one of the least watched sports. It's big in America, but outside America, no one really cares about football. Even Ross doesn't care about it. But why is it that we love sports so much? What does sports do for you? What have they ever done for you? And I'm racking my brain because, I love baseball, I love watching college football. I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm hoping New England will lose once again. It'll make if the Lions can't make it, I might as well just root against New England Patriots to the frustration of my own kids and Stephanie Hagenauer, but that's okay. Oh, but you know what? Stephanie's birthday today. I should probably be nice about that. Anyway, but what has sports ever done for me, for you? And it really hasn't done anything. But yet we flock to them. We watch it, we cheer for it, we put our kids through sports, we go to their games. It really, especially in North America, is really it dominates our life in many, many ways in our culture. Well, let's go to Jesus' days. And in Jesus' time, sports weren't a dominating force as they are today in our world. In Jesus' times, people weren't flocking to sports. There were some organized games. You had the gladiator fights. You had the chariot races. You had the Olympics that will happen occasionally. And part of that, in communities, there would be some physical sports, some physical activity that people will engage with. But it wasn't really a big thing in society. Probably more so before the noble people, the wealthy people had a little more time to enjoy watching sports or engaging in sports, but most people, the masses, were not engaging in sports like we see today. But it's interesting, in Jesus' time, where reading picks up in Luke chapter 4, though, the most popular venue to go to, the most popular person to go and see was Jesus Christ. And the way people flock to Him is a very important lesson for us to hear here this morning. So our reading picks up in the chapter of Luke is, we continue again with what just happened a few verses before. Jesus was in Nazareth. He was given his first sermon. Was not received favorably among his own people. In fact, they wanted to throw him off a hill, and he walked away. And after that, then he proceeded to go up to Capernaum, north of Nazareth. And about an 8, 9, 10 hour hike from Nazareth to Capernaum, where he goes there. Once again, he goes into a synagogue. And in the synagogue is a man who's possessed with this evil spirit. And he's being tormented, controlled by this evil spirit. What does Jesus do? He heals him. He commands that evil spirit to leave this man, and the evil spirit does. And then soon after that incident, he ends up going back to the home of Peter, where his mother-in-law was sick. She had a fever, and he went to her, and he healed her. And you can imagine, right now, the news is probably traveling quickly about what Jesus is able to do. And again, like a week before, when he was in Nazareth, he already proclaimed that prophecy that the captives will be set free. He will give freedom to those who are under prison, and he will heal the blind, and he's performed these miracles, and promised the people that I am going to fulfill this prophecy. In fact, it's being fulfilled for you as we speak. And now he is actually doing it in Capernaum, casting out demons, healing the sick, and the people begin to flock to Jesus. Why? Because he can do something about their struggles. And he begins healing people. And so as we come to meet Jesus, we come to understand Jesus, and again, in Epiphany is what's revealed to us about Jesus, is again, why did Jesus come was to help us, to save us, to heal us. And as I talked about his first miracle a couple Sundays ago, he came to make normal, once again, what's been made abnormal because of sin. Whether it's demon possession, whether it's sicknesses, diseases, chronic illnesses, blindness, lameness, whatever it is, all this stuff is a result of our broken, fallen, sinful world. And as Jesus begins his ministry, as his ministry continues to grow, he is changing all these things to make them normal the way God intended it to be. And the people flock to him. But I wonder if there's something more going on than just the simple miracles of Jesus. Obviously, if you're sick, if you have chronic illnesses, and none of the doctors and none of the known technology and the knowledge of medicine that we had back in those days could really help you, of course you were going to try to go to Jesus. And you're going to see many examples of people who just try to reach to Jesus in one way or another when he was teaching and preaching it. And if they could just touch his cloak, they're hoping if they can touch his cloak, that he will be able to heal them or change them. And many examples of that is shared in the scriptures, that Christ, of all the people in the world, has the power to fix us, to change us, to transform us, to truly save us, to set us free. But what was the reason for Jesus doing it? And this is key. And it was because of His love and His compassion for you and for me. That's what's so important about that 1 Corinthians text, about the importance of love. That the thing is that you can do the most righteous things in your lives. And when I say righteous things, like the right moral things, the right ethical things. But if you don't do it because of love, it means nothing. You know, I could invite you over to my house this evening for I was have a quick Super Bowl party, and I'll invite you over and I'll have all the food and drinks to share, and you don't have to bring anything, and bring your friends and just come, and I'll buy a 60-inch TV and we'll put it up on my house, and just a free view of the Super Bowl game and all the food, and I'll get the best, you know, and get the best of everything, invite you over, and you come over and you're thinking, wow, what a gracious pastor, what a great pastor. You invite everyone over, have a great party, we're enjoying ourselves and stuff. If I did that, but I did it despite of you, I did it because I had to do it. I did it because I want to make myself look good. I did it for many reasons other than love. It meant nothing. So I'd like to invite you over, guys. Sorry. Well, I do love you, but I just can't afford a 60-inch TV right now. But anyway. Or if you obey the laws, but you obey the laws because you have to obey the laws, not out of love. Or if you give a nice car to someone who's going through a tough time, but you did it out of obligation, not out of love. You know, just think about how many things have you done because you knew it was the right thing to do, but you didn't do it because of love. You did it because you were supposed to do it. How many of you come to church? How many times have you come to church and not because we wanted to, not because we have that love for Christ and the love for each other in our fellowship. We did it out of duty and obligation. That's what Paul's saying, is that it is so important. It's not what you do, but it's so important that whatever we do, we do it because of love. And if you're not feeling it right now, all of us should be cut to the heart, because I think all of us can admit that there are many times where we just don't simply love. But Christ does. And that's why He was doing what He was doing. That's what was behind every single miracle. From the man who was possessed by the demon, to Peter's mother-in-law who was down with illness, and to the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that He will meet that came to Him looking for help. Whether they loved Him back, it didn't matter. But Jesus responded because of love. Even when He spoke harshly and critically to the Pharisees or the Sadducees, it wasn't really done out of hate. Maybe He abhorred the sin that was in others, but He looked at people with that compassion of love. And to be quite frank and honest, that is something all of us need. To know that we are loved. But this is what's sad. This is our struggle, though. Like I said in the beginning, why do we flock to sports? Why is that so important in our lives, in our society's lives, in our culture, and throughout the world? Because this is the thing. Does sports love you back? No. Not even baseball. And you guys hear my frustrations. I think, in fact, baseball is that curse, that idol that I keep going back to, thinking it's going to give me peace and joy and happiness, and it doesn't. It's like a Lion fan. If you're a Lions fan, it's a miserable experience. The Lions organization is never going to love you or the fans. Then why do we keep coming back? And that's the curse of who we are. We keep going to those things thinking it's going to be different. whether it's sports or money or society or my actions or what the things I do or my hobbies or whatever, that somehow this stuff is going to give me the love that I'm seeking. Because I love it. Why can't it love me back? And it never will. The only person who truly loves us is Jesus. And that's demonstrated over and over again in his miracles. But ultimately, it's going to be demonstrated to what he would do when he goes to the cross. When he will love the whole world so much that he will bear our sins on him, on the cross, and endure the wrath and judgment of his Father. That's who we should flock to. It is our prayer as a Christian community that the world, the billions of people, will flock to Jesus and find that endless love